Factually inaccurate. Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. Both the city of Sodom and the city of Gomorrah have declared a state of emergency immediately in response to the monkeypox outbreak. The cities are now providing all the resources they can so citizens can continue their orgies without interruption. Sodom City spokesman Yavin Newsom.
We are all at risk here, and there's absolutely nothing that we can choose not to do to avoid becoming infected. Our only hope is getting vaccinated for monkeypox. So let's keep our heads up, come together, and take pride in our city.
City officials fear that this public health crisis is an existential threat to their way of life in Sodom and Gomorrah. According to sources, many citizens are afraid that if monkeypox continues to spread, that Sodom Summer and Orgy October may have to be canceled this year.
I just don't know what I would have done if it wasn't for this vaccine,
said local Gomorrah school teacher John Glitterbaum. They, them.
My kindergarten class would have been devastated if I was out sick, unable to continue our lesson on systemic racism and sinphobia.
At airtime, burning sulfur rained down from the heavens on Sodom and Gomorrah in a celestial event experts say was unrelated to the monkeypox outbreak. Joel Osteen has taken the Apostle Paul to task, calling out his awful habit of negative self-talk and overly mournful diatribes.
God basically put Paul in the Bible to show us what not to do. This Paul guy mopes around, calling himself wretched and a terrible sinner. What a downer. No wonder they beheaded the guy. He was probably making all the Romans depressed.
Osteen admonished his congregation to be wary of falling into the ways of the Apostle Paul.
Look, God wants to give you blessings beyond your wildest dreams, not to end up poor and in prison like Paul. Never become confused into thinking that being a Christian might lead to any hardship or persecution. If it's hard or sad, you know it's bad.
At airtime, Osteen had released a new version of the Bible with all of Paul's letters replaced by Your Best Life Now. In a brief address to the nation after once again testing positive for COVID, President Biden warned that we are now in a pandemic of the quadruple vaccinated.
4 shots is not enough anymore. You need at least 5 to 500,000, 1,032, 5,013, shots. Science told me, not a joke. At this point, if you haven't gotten the vaccine at least 5 times, you're denying the science. Come on.
The president is calling on all citizens to get quintuple vaccinated before he catches COVID again. The White House communications team backed up Biden's statement, saying, quote, "The president has been very clear from the very beginning of the pandemic and has never once wavered in his opinion in the slightest. And it is a very clear opinion because the president is always clear and in his right mind, and he definitely does not have severe dementia. If you don't get jabbed at least 5 times, you're killing people with COVID. This shouldn't be hard. The science is clear." At airtime, Krispy Kreme announced they will entice people into getting quintuple vaxxed by offering 2 free donuts this time.
Donuts.
Congressional Republicans face a difficult choice this week as Democrats have introduced a bill to save puppies but attached billions in unrelated spending. Conservatives are hesitating to oppose the bill since it is named, "If you don't vote for this, you hate puppies." Critics have decried pork barrel spending, citing specific earmarks that, quote, "seem fishy," including $35 billion for funding gender studies programs in Middle Earth, $12 billion for advancing equity through mandatory abortions, and $20 billion in aid for developing areas like Haiti, Naboo, and California. The Republicans who have pointed out that these projects seem fake, however, have been criticized as puppy haters. Democrats have since introduced additional spending bills with creative names, including the $1.3 trillion Why Would You Want Bin Laden to Come Back bill, and the $2 trillion Vote Yes or You Have Children's Blood on Your Hands bill. At airtime, all Republican congresspeople other than Rand Paul have confirmed their support. A local man has been taken up directly to heaven after managing to miraculously stop a gas pump exactly on the .00 while filling up his car.
I've never seen anything so beautiful. I saw both the price and the gallon count end on a whole number ending in .00 in a moment of transcendent beauty, the likes of which my eyes have never seen. I saw the man close his eyes peacefully as a voice from heaven said,
It is time, my son.
And then the man floated into the clouds on a golden beam of light. I'll never forget what I just witnessed.
According to sources, millions around the earth have tried to accomplish the elusive feat of perfectly whole numbers on gas pumps, but no one has managed to accomplish it until now. Witnesses say the man left behind no trace except for a Biden "I did that" sticker on the gas pump. Tough, independent woman Maggie Stallings once again told her husband today that he absolutely must leave the toilet seat down or she will actually fall into the commode.
I need a man to do this for me or I will literally die. It's such a heavy lid. and I simply can't trust myself to know if it's up or down. One wrong move, and I'm a goner.
Although an otherwise highly capable and intelligent woman, the toilet seat has remained Mrs. Stallings' kryptonite.
I can speak 3 languages and build my own furniture, but you put me in front of a toilet and I'm clueless. Not only am I at a loss as to what to do, I am overtaken with the fear of death that accompanies every trip to the bathroom. It's a bewildering experience.
Mr. Stallings has reportedly made a genuine effort to put the toilet seat down, but admits he occasionally forgets.
I really am trying, but the one time I forget, she comes at me like I try to have her killed. It's an honest mistake, and a toilet seat just seems like something she would be capable of handling. But she's adamant a man has to take care of this one for her.
Stallings then measured the diameter of a toilet in a vain attempt to convince his wife that using the toilet does not constitute mortal peril. Across the street, authorities announced their arrival at the home of Blake Blurthberg with a terse knock on his front door. They were there to confiscate his man card after he had called a handyman to fix a faucet, like the sad excuse for a man he is.
Blake Blurthberg, you are hereby charged with being soft by the order of the Council of Manhood. Team, you know what to do.
The burly, hairy-armed men went to work, rifling through the home's plumbing and ductwork, then meticulously cataloging the homeowner's suspiciously unscathed toolbox.
Listen, you've got it all wrong. I didn't have time to read up on faucet repair. I have work deadlines and...
You've logged 78 minutes playing Space Candy Village on your phone just this morning.
I just needed a few minutes of self-care. Wait, how did you know that?
43 minutes on Twitter. Wallet.
Accepting his fate, the failure of a man and homeowner could hear his wife's quiet sobs behind him and dared not look her in the eyes as the officer removed a metallic gray card and placed it in his front coverall pocket.
Now there's hope, Blurthberg. You know what must be done to earn back your man card. We're rooting for you.
Where's your honeydew list?
Now you're up to date on the only news that matters. Find more fake news you can trust at BabylonBee.com. Until next time, this is Austin Robertson, the voice of the Babylon Bee. So long.